Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffled and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovia codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. You chose the Obsession card. This card relates to the waxing crescent moon phase and is illustrated with an elven face, the hair entwined with bark and thorns, staring at a blank, clear, empty round mirror. The sentence that relates to the card is that all things lead to one, and then they disappear into one until only one remains. This card means that we chase comets and mirrors and shadows. Sometimes we actually chase cars or myths. Obsession is a trick of our perceptions. Many becomes one, and that one bloats as to take everything else. It feels like it, whatever it is, an idea, a person, an objective, flavors our life and gives meaning to it. As all the light through a lens, it converges on a single point, and that point goes ablaze under the greatest fire. But in truth, more than enacting our life, it numbs our attention to the rest. It makes us feel more awake by hiding the rest of the world under a cloud of slumber. Obsession is a drug. In small doses it whips, in big doses it kills. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we can wake up naturally. What this card is trying to say is that obsession can consume us. Obsession paralyzes us and leads us to compulsive behavior. From something as simple as checking our emails or phones to more dangerous things like addictions. Obsession usually starts because of shame, when we are preoccupied with how others perceive us, and eventually leads to anxiety. Your shadow prompt today is there something you feel attracted and obsessed by? It could be a person, a goal, or item you want. See how many you can discover about yourself, and ask if you have become possessive over it once you get it. The art of this shadow prompt is understanding what your obsessions are and letting it go. It does not mean to forget about it, but lift up the heaviness of obsession and let the universe guide you instead. Use the Grabovia code 10011051010 to put the energies of peace within your body. If you want to know how to use Grabovia codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card depicts is I Won't Cry For You, and it's represented by the third quarter moon. It is illustrated with a beautiful woman with deep blue eyes shedding dry tears of blood, with her back to the light of the moon. She holds in her hand a drop-shaped vial full of blood as well, and she gestures forward as if offering it. The sentence that resonates with this card is, I gave you my last gift. I shed my last tear for you. It is a time not to let you free, but to let myself free. This card tells us that breaking up can only be done by two persons. One will do it earlier maybe, but sooner or later, the other will follow. One can afford to do it in words and actions. The other will probably only be able to do inside her own heart. It's painful, it's definitely. It's hard. It's sometimes necessary. Breaking up is not just letting go of a person. You are letting go a part of yourself, of hopes and dreams and trust. You let go of feelings and memories. You let go of emptiness you felt and the connection you relied onto. Anger will help at the beginning, but the last part of the road can't be done by just anger. Closure comes when you dry up your tears. It is a gorgeous moment when you allow yourself to, frankly, don't give a damn about it. All that was past is not a credit or a debt. It is just suddenly no more than a gift. You can raise your chin. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Breaking up is always hard, but sometimes even though we don't want to be with a person again, we have not let them go yet. Just because you don't want to talk or be with somebody doesn't mean they don't have real estate in your heart. Letting go is a very hard thing to do because we want to remember the good moments, or should I say, the moments that fit into our story about what love is. We all create stories and narratives on what we think love should be, and when someone coincidentally fits into that story, we fall in love. When we let go of these stories we create in our heads, we can begin to work fully on letting go. Your shadow prompt for this will be, which of my exes do I think about? It can be occasionally, or it could be often. Each time you think about someone, your subconscious is prompting you that there is still some letting go to do. If you want an in-depth video on letting go, click on the link above or in the description box below. Use the Grabovio code 913-71895 to break the negative patterns of coming back to the past. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.
You picked the card Forgetting Oneself, represented by the waxing gibbous moon. It is illustrated with a naked young man whose curly brown hair are intertwined by a golden laurel crown. Half of a golden mask protects his eyes while the sky around him breaks, ripped to take the shape of mistletoe branch. The sentence that resonates with the card is, eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of music that was never ours. What this represents is the modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, mirth, and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else, like Baku's wet kid. If you let go of pressure and of pain, if you let go enough of your identity and the context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better. forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo, but it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative unselfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly.
To interpret this card properly, we need to understand our purpose that the universe gave us. Look around you. We all came here to be creators, but too often than not, we become consumers more than we are creators. We spend our time consuming things, whether it is junk food or binge TV watching, that we forget we are creative. The word creative comes from the word to create. Instead of eating junk food, can we learn to cook instead? Instead of binge watching TV, can we write a story or journal instead? The universe doesn't judge what is a big or a small creation, just that we create. Your shadow prompt for today would be, what am I consuming that I can cut back on? Think about something that you may do too much or too regularly. And ask yourself, how can you use that time to create something instead? You don't have to forego your favorite TV show, but how about cutting that time in half and focus on a hobby instead? Learn a new skill. Take up a new class, something. Use the Grabovio code 498518498 to increase determination and give you energy to go out and fulfill your purpose as a creator. If you want to know how to use Grabovio codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.